Here's the thing though, when you're in this medical crisis, you're trying to navigate why your family isn't willing to help you. You're trying to psychologically navigate what is happening. Why won't anybody support me? Why aren't they coming? And when you're in a state of terror and trauma and brain injury, you're in a state where you have never before so desperately needed help. You're in a state of brain injury and trauma, trying to navigate why your family is so screwed up. It's impossible. You're in a state of terror and trauma. And you're expected to figure out why your family won't show up, why they won't help you. And other people are asking you. Resources within the healthcare system are asking you, where's your family? People in your city, neighbors, everyone's asking you, where's your family? And you're in a state of brain crisis. I'm not talking about depression or mental illness. I'm talking about medical injury, brain injury. And people are asking you, where's your family? Why aren't they showing up? Why isn't your family helping you? You have no idea. You can't process why your family isn't showing up. Why aren't they pulling together? Why aren't they? I had this fantasy in my mind, literally throughout this, myself and other people like this, we've got delusional people telling us that we're delusional. My family members were telling me that I was delusional about what was happening to me. We're in a state of brain injury, in a state of medical crisis, trying to wake up delusional people. And I don't mean dumb people. Doctors can be delusional as well, right? Anybody can be delusional. Rich and powerful people can be delusional. People in positions of power. You can call 911 and 911 can come to your house and be delusional about the experience that you're going through. Meaning that you can be in medical crisis and someone can think that you're having a mental health crisis. You can be brain injured after an epidural, like I was years ago, and you can be misinterpreted to be having a mental health crisis. You can be severely injured from a medication, like I was and am, and people can be misinterpreting your situation to be a mental health crisis. You can have Chiari malformation, like I have, and like some of my friends have. And I know two people who, in crisis with Chiari malformation, and they were undiagnosed, were locked up in psychiatric units, because their situation was misconceived to be a mental health crisis. They were locked up in a psych unit until they were properly diagnosed. So yeah, doctors can be delusional. Your family, your entire family can be delusional about what's going on with you. So you're in a state of brain injury and medical crisis and trauma and fear, and you're dealing with delusional people who think that you're delusional. You're expected to be smarter than everybody else. You're expected to navigate this complex situation when people that are way smarter than you can't navigate what's happening to you. And God help you if you have a dysfunctional family that doesn't know how to show up and support you and carry you through the crisis and help you in your home, or help you get medical care, or help you financially, or whatever, help you get a bag of groceries, help you mow your lawn because it hasn't been mowed all summer, because you can't stand and push a lawnmower, or you don't have a lawnmower. And all of this while my other medical issues are being misdiagnosed. I'm in complete medical crisis, and no one in my family, a couple of them work in medical, none of them can navigate any of this. So you're expected, while you're in crisis, you're expected to navigate all these people who can't figure out what's really happening to you. And then, as time goes on, trying to process all this trauma. This is how I started out the last video, but I go off in different directions because there's so many things I have to say at one time. Trying to process all of this trauma and betrayal and how we were failed by the medical community. If you were polymedicated for years or decades, and you find out that that was the wrong thing and that was actually harming you, polymedicated with psych medications, with anti-anxiety medications, antidepressants, sleeping pills. I was way over medicated and polymedicated for decades, and all of it was harming me. All of it was making me sicker and sicker as my real medical issues were being misdiagnosed. I was being made sick, by all the medications. And when you get off of all the medications and your head starts to clear and you're left by yourself, I'm too sick to get around. I'm too sick to find a counselor. I don't have money. I don't have $125 an hour to pay a therapist. I'm not doing an online impersonal therapy. I've tried and tried with different therapists only to find out that they can't handle this kind of trauma. They don't understand. I've tried with different therapists. So we're kind of, with these medical injuries, this, medical betrayal, we're left on our own trying to process all of this. What they actually did to us, how they actually medically failed us, the betrayal in that, to have been plied with medications. In my case, I was plied with medications while my medical issues were being misdiagnosed. In other cases, it's like people, I had anxiety for sure, but what they did to me was completely unjustified. But other people have been polydrugged and not misdiagnosed, like anxiety, depression. What they can do to you is give you more and more medications, right? And you're suffering from side effects. And the side effects are being, and they did this to me as well, the side effects were being misdiagnosed as other mental or physical disorders, drug-induced disorders, but that wasn't recognized. They're being treated like organic disorders. So you're being put on more and more medications and being diagnosed with more and more disorders, mental and physical disorders, only to find out years later that it was all drug-induced, except your original issue, either anxiety or depression. But here you are 20 years down the road, 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road. Now you're diagnosed with 5 or 8 or 9 mental disorders that you never had. They were all drug induced. To wean off the medications and watch those disorders go away, the betrayal in that would have went on indefinitely had you never weaned off the medications. Had I never weaned off the medications, All these disorders, sorry, I'm scratching my arm, my hand's shaking. All these disorders that went away when I weaned off the medications, to learn the betrayal in that, the medical failure and betrayal. What went away? Severe PMDD. And I weaned off these medications when I was younger, when I was still, having my periods. So, someone might say, "Oh, well, you're older, that's why." No, I was still in my 40s when I weaned off those medications that stopped the severe PMDD. I was diagnosed with severe ADHD. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't read. I couldn't have conversations. I was so distracted. That went away. The sleepwalking went away. The sleep eating went away. The depression went away. The severe brain fog. The severe memory issues went away. The severe seasonal affective disorder went away. All these disorders, I can think of 9 disorders that I was diagnosed with that went away when I weaned off the medications, including, of course, tons of symptoms like severe brain fog, severe memory issues, drug-induced dementia, like 10 or more disorders I had that were drug-induced, to try to process the trauma, the betrayal of trust, by myself, sitting here trying to process all this trauma. I've lost my vehicle. I don't have money to pay for $100, $125 an hour for counseling. How my family watched all of this, watched me decline, watched me, and I reached out and begged them for help. Begged and begged. "What do you want?" They would respond with, "What do you want?" Who even talks to people like that? You cry out for help, and they repeatedly say to you, "What do you want? What do you want?" Hell, a supportive family? I have watched this with my own eyes. They reach out for help and they show up. They're either Skyping or they physically show up for one another. And I'm sitting here really, even last night, really trying to process what has all gone down here. And it's just, it's amazing that some of us are still alive trying to process all of this. And it's amazing there's no support.